Hi everyone, welcome back to Enough is Enough. Ace of Pyrite here with you again, and today I'm going to be sharing some tips with you about how to move from gold rank up to platinum rank. That said, these tips are applicable across the game, so even if you haven't managed to attain gold rank yet, it's certainly worth a listen to. It's something that you can apply to your game. So why did this video come about? Well, I moved over onto PC about 12 months ago, seriously now, and the first 3 seasons that I've spent on PC, I've struggled to get into platinum. I've not been able to. Over on console, I was regularly platinum 2, even with solo queuing, absolutely not a problem. But PC, it seemed to really hit my mojo, and I just wasn't managing to get out of those gold ranks. I put some time, thought and effort into it this season in Burnt Horizon, and I've finally managed to hit that platinum, and I've hit it pretty well. I've not quite got into plat 2 yet, but I'm very solidly into plat 3. So I just thought about the things that I had done, what had I changed, what extra measures had I taken, and how did that help me achieve platinum. And what I thought I would do is put them together, bring them to you, and hopefully help you do the same thing with your game. There's nothing flashy in here. We're not talking about that 1 pixel peak angle that I've got for you that's going to guarantee you headshots every time you play the game and sail you all the way into platinum. Nothing like that. What we're looking about here is the real mechanics of your game, how you can improve in every round of every match, how you can make sure that you're winning those matches more often than not. So without further ado, let's move on to tip number 1. Okay, so tip number 1 is to improve your mechanical skill. So aiming and maneuvering around the map. On PC, that is with keyboard and mouse, but it applies to console as well. And how do you go about doing that? That's the question. So aiming at PC players here, you can do things like you can get aim training games, and there are websites that will do that for you as well. They can be helpful, especially the ones where you can mirror your sensitivity from Siege. But to be honest, that is not something that I have done. All I have done is sink more time into Terrorist Hunt, just getting myself in there and playing little games by myself. So instead of just going in and droning everything and wall banging before I get to anybody, I'm doing things like headshot only runs. So if I miss a headshot, then I allow myself to be killed, and that's a failure. Every single shot I want to be landing a headshot, and I'm thinking about my crosshair placement whilst I'm going. I'm actively trying to raise it up so it's around high chest neck level, so the recoil is bouncing up as well and taking you into those headshots. And it's just about, that's going to help you learn the maps and the layouts and everything else as well. Another little thing that I like to do is when I get down to the last 3 operators, I'll switch out to my pistol just to increase that difficulty a little bit, because I know that they are going to rush to my location, and then again I'm aiming for headshots only. So make up some little games for yourself and really put the hours into Terrorist Hunt, because on PC particularly, aim is very important. That is something that I found when I was getting stuck in gold levels, was because I was losing gunfights, and as my frags have gone up, as I've won more of those gunfights, that is when I have pushed into platinum. So very, very important. Work on that mechanical skill. Tip number 2 for you then is to get a good group of players to get on with and 5-stack as much as possible. That's not necessarily saying get yourself into a team of 5 that you can play with every single time you're on. It's about building your library of friends that you've got there to call on, so that when you are on, you can always put together a solid 5 from that group, however big it is. So get yourself into some discords. Personally, I'm part of Get Flank's Discord, The Hive, and it's extremely good. There's a lot of active players in there. We've got about 10,000 members, so find yourself somewhere like that where you can start to build players that you have a synergy with, that you gel with. Comms are very, very important. Playing as a team is the first big help. Playing with people who are going to give good call-outs, accurate information, and help you to get kills as well as react well to your information is very, very important. And I've got a quick example for you here. I'll drop my audio off so that you can listen to the comms that we've got as part of this team and how we turn this round around in the last 30 seconds.
I'm rotating up and over. Are we Claymore D yellow stairs at all, or is it just completely clear?
I can do now.
Remember, I dropped diffuser yellow.
Is it outside or inside?
It is inside. My Coke machine. People are starting to rotate out of admin. You could get in admin right now, no resistance.
Legion's piano.
Okay, right, we've got a minute left. Can we work on getting the diffuser? I'm gonna push admin.
Is Clash still yellow?
Oh, actually, Bandit just came back into admin. So
Okay.
he's.
Clash
I mean, I
still
can
top
ping him
yellow.
if you still want to push it. He's right on the windows, right up next to him.
Yeah. Yeah, Bandit dead.
Doc dead.
What's sight looking like?
I imagine they're camping diffuser.
No,
I've
we
got
can't.
it.
Or you got it. Okay.
We got it.
I don't know.
Actually, yeah,
I'm
you go.
drawn in sight now.
I'm gonna push bathroom. Can someone
Yellow,
maybe try and drone out for me?
yellow
Clash
is,
is in sight.
yellow's now clear. Clash is in B.
Got 30 seconds.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Somebody's gonna have to push yellow to get that clash out,
I'm going to push yellow.
if it's possible.
Legion dead.
Clash is at my window.
He's got the fuser. You guys are gonna have to clear this.
Oh, Jaeger's in projector. He's low.
Planting.
Very
He's
low.
planting.
Let's go! Nice. Let's go, boys.
So as you heard there, lots of good comms going on, clear information, nobody really talking over each other, and everything people had to say was of value. No, when they've died, just shouting where from, or, you know, all the other things that you hear that frustrate you. Just really clear, precise comms and acting on the information that we were being given, and that undoubtedly turned that round around and won it for us. So tip number 2, get yourself a good group of players that you can play with regularly, and always get yourself into a 5-stack wherever possible. Tip number 3, and this comes a little bit from some of the casting work that I've done. I've found that I've been very busy lately, which has meant that I've been watching a lot more competitive Siege. So that would be my 3rd tip for you. Get yourself watching Pro League, Challenger League as much as you can. High level gameplay like that you can take tips away from. I would also point you towards other YouTubers like Grief Drums, Get Flanked, anybody out there who is going to be putting tips out and talking about their gameplay and how that can be applied to yours. Think of it as like having a toolbox, and in any given situation, the more tips, the more advice you've got in your head, the more tools you've got in that toolbox, and you can pull something out that's going to be right for that occasion. You're just going to have in the back of your mind that you've seen somebody in a similar situation, and it's just going to give you ideas of how you can turn that situation to your advantage and get the win for yourself and for your team. I'll put a couple of links down in the description to the Pro League VODs that are available on YouTube, and also Get Flanked and Grief Drums. Go and give those guys a look. They've got loads of fantastic content, as well as ours here at Enough is Enough, that's going to help you improve your game and just give you those tips that you need. Tip number 4 that I've got for you today, and this has probably been, I would say, out of these 5, the single most important for me personally, and that is make sure that you are playing regularly. I had a real problem with everything else that I've had going on, managing to sit down and just play the game regularly, and if you want to improve, it is so important. Fortunately, I managed to get myself a laptop recently, so I've been able to find myself some extra time on lunch times at work and things like that, where I can just sit down and I'll just get half an hour to an hour of a terrorist hunting, and I'll just run through as many as I can. No droning, no messing about, just running through full speed and just hitting as many headshots as I can. And believe me, that half an hour to an hour each day has been absolutely invaluable. So even if you do struggle for time and you can't get into a ranked game, you can't get into a casual, if you've only got time for one game that day, just really consider how that time is best spent. And personally for me, I've found that it's getting 4 or 5 terrorist hunts in rather than one ranked game, and ending up frustrated at a loss possibly. So get yourself in every day if you can, you know, whether that's get up a little bit earlier than you would do normally, when you get home from work, when you get home from school, college, whatever it is that you do, maybe just jump on for half an hour before you eat your tea. Just find yourself some time to get on 4 or 5 days a week instead of maybe once a week if you're struggling for time, and just get that regular gameplay in. You would not believe how valuable it is. I can't stress that point enough. Tip number 5 then, and the last one that I've got for you, last but certainly not least, is to know your role within your team and to get very very good at doing it. So pick the correct operators. Don't be scared to pick the operator that the team needs. Don't go into a round without a hard breacher. If the team needs a Thatcher and there's nobody else comfortable with him, get yourself on Thatcher and start learning. Make sure that you've got the composition that you need. And when it comes to those actual team roles as well, there's a clip playing in the background where you can see I'm playing as our planter, and my entire round is focused around two things: getting my EMPs out where they need to be as Thatcher, and then secondary, getting myself into position to plant when my team is ready to execute. If frags are there to be taken, then of course make the challenge, get yourself involved. But you've got fraggers on your team for a reason. If that's you, don't be scared. Get yourself into the building quickly. Listen to those comms that your droners should be giving you, and get in and get those kills to enable them to be able to focus on playing the objective, and vice versa. If you're an anchor in sight, play that well. Feed information, get on the cams, help your roamers, and then when it comes to time for the site to be assaulted, be ready to hold your angles and make sure that you know those sites inside and out. This is again feeds into another tip. I generally will take the bomber name to plant, so I watch players like Goga who are absolutely phenomenal at doing that job, and I watch what they do. Where is their focus? Where did they place importance on what they're doing within the round? And believe me, doing that is going to make you a super effective part of any team that you play in. That's all the tips that I've got for you then. I've got them displayed there on screen for you, and as I say, all of those are things that I've implemented over the last 3 to 4 weeks to really push myself from gold into platinum and to elevate my game. Take me at my word, if you put the effort in and you apply these simple tips, then you will see your gameplay improving, whether that be from gold to platinum or whether it be from bronze to silver. Whatever it is, you will see it improving. One thing I will say is that rank is not everything. It is not the most important thing. The most important thing here is playing a game that you love and having fun. So, you know, never put other people down. We've got an insult flying round at the minute. Oh, you play like a gold, and I really don't like that sort of thing. Everybody plays at their own level, and whatever that is, that's fine. That's not a problem. But if you're striving to improve, have a look over these tips, put them into practice, think about them actively when playing, and you will definitely see some improvement. That's all that I've got for you today. Hopefully you've seen something you're going to take away, and it's going to help you say enough is enough and start to improve your game, and we'll see you next time.